Welcome back. I'm speaking with George Gintilas and we're talking about coming into presence. Now, before the break, George, we were talking about what you do, and a part of the process is that you take people into a meditative type state.
That's
and
right.
I guess people get very relaxed, and from that people have asked, have you got a CD that people can use?
They have. Oh, yeah, they've been amazed over the years, because part of the work that I do to get people out of the intellect is to calm them down, because the best work's done at this meditative kind of state, alpha wave if you want to call it. And people will go through a session and they'll wake up at the end and I think, wow, I've never relaxed like that much in my life. And can I have that on tape? And then people just kept requesting this over the years. And I thought, well, I think it's time to go into a studio and put this on tape. I thought, well, if I'm going to do that, I thought I'll check out the existing CDs in the marketplace. Is it worth me going and putting this on tape and onto a CD? So I went and bought a couple of the ones that are out there, the popular ones, and when I heard them, I thought, oh, wow, these are still like they were 20 years ago. There's some better music on it, some better covers, but the content's pretty well the same. Someone talking through something that they're not even doing as a job, probably, or as a profession. So I thought, yeah, I've got to go into a studio to update this, because with the work that I've done, that pioneering quality of it makes it a whole different experience. And so I went to a studio, recorded it, and it's just been amazing. It sells all over the world now.
Really? So you've got the CD here. So what makes the CD so effective?
Well, a couple of things make it effective. One thing is that it's not. There's different tracks for the intellect and the non-intellect. So there's three tracks initially to help educate the intellect part of you for why we're doing it. Because when you close your eyes to actually do the meditative part, to let go and relax, the intellect, you want it to let go. It doesn't need to be active. If you give it enough reasons why it's being let go, then it can let go. So I cover the 8 key principles that I've found, the 8 key points that is normally needed for the intellect to finally get it, that, okay, I can just sit back in the back seat here and do nothing, and then the body can really let go and relax. So.
And the great thing about, because I love CDs myself, is that they can, I guess you wouldn't drive listening to this, but you'd make the time where you sit down for 20, 25 minutes and just
20
go
minutes
through
all
the
you
process.
need. 20 minutes is all you need. The first 3 tracks are fine to listen to in the car, because they're for the intellect. They're just information for your intellect. But the last 2 tracks, that's really just for the subconscious, and close your eyes, relax back. And I get some great testimonials all from all around the world now.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. What sort of things have people said who have used it? Because I'd imagine it's a little bit like going through a treatment or coming to see you one-on-one. It'd be a little bit like that, would it? Yeah,
it's not exactly therapy, but people have said that it had therapeutic benefits and in ways that they never could have imagined. And actually, the therapeutic one I'm currently putting together now, but another CD. But this one's purely just for relaxing, letting go, being able to switch that intellect off when people can't do it, and it's just amazing. And it'd be great to go over some of the
testimonials. You've got some testimonials there, so if you can read those out, that'd be good. We'll put them up on the screen as well, so people can get a sense of it.
Yep. So the first one there is from Germany, Jürgen, and again, the complete testimonials are on the website, but this is the summarised version. And he just says here, the more I hear your sessions, the better and deeper I can relax. Meanwhile, I hear less and less your words, and sometimes I recognise just only the melody of your voice. And this is another point about the CD as well, that most CDs have got music in the background. Mine doesn't need that, because that's your distraction. If it's something you're going to play over and over again to really relax, music isn't really necessary, not for the way I've done it anyway. And it's more like a lot of them will say that eventually all they hear is the tone of my voice, because when I recorded it, I was in that state myself, the state that they want to be in, fully present, just not sitting there thinking. All I'm thinking is saying the words that are there at that point, and then off they go, following the tone almost of my voice, and the words in the end, after they've played it a few times, aren't even that important. So that's another key point about it. Otherwise, if you get other CDs that are too intellect-based, people get sick of them after a while, and they have to get another one and another one and another one.
That explains it. Because I've had those sort of CDs in the past, and some of them, after a while, the music either drives you crazy or they're too much in the head, like you said.
Exactly.
Interesting difference. You've got another one there?
Another one there. One from Australia, Bernie in Melbourne. He says, I was really sceptical at first, as I found talking a distraction on CDs. But your CD leaves me so relaxed I'm near to comatose by the time it ends. It also makes a significant change to my sleep patterns. I listen last thing before bed. Sleep is less interrupted, longer and distinctly more refreshing. So that's another way of using it, is to go to sleep. Some people do that. Some people, when they use it to go to sleep, it actually wakes them up even more. So it depends on the person, really. And in this case, and in many other cases, it actually really helps people to let that chatter go, and they can just...
I'm curious about the dialogue on the CD. What sort of, what's the dialogue? Is it? It sounds like it's fairly heavily scripted, and you've got a very specific purpose behind it.
Oh, very much. Yeah. It's all word for word designed from the body-based principles, from all this pioneering work on how to help people concentrate more on their body rather than the thinking. So it's more about being free to be yourself. And to, like I said earlier, to let those twitches and movements and feelings happen. And funny enough, one of the 8 key points that I talk about in the CD is that you don't have to relax to relax. It doesn't make sense on the surface, but what it really means is you don't have to try to relax to relax. You can be sitting there moving around for the first 10 minutes, and it could be what your body needs to release the tension to eventually where you do get the deepest relaxation you've ever had. So
that sounds really cool.
So it's very strong in the CD to really be yourself. And
That's what makes it a bit different. And you've got a couple more there. We better just whip through those.
Yeah, if we whiz around the world, Sharon from Canada, she says, it's absolutely wonderful. Your education has paid off. That's the first 3 tracks. I studied psychology for 5 years, so it helps me to understand a bit of what you're talking about. However, I've clearly missed out on a very important aspect of psychology, its connection to the body. And again, that's what we're talking about. That's what's pioneering about the therapy work now, and it's the way it's going to go in the years to come. It's all going to become more body-based. The therapy's less intellect-based to get out of that chatter. And then you can
That's
really
certainly
relax.
been the change in the last 3 or 4 years for sure.
Yeah.
And I think we've probably got time for one more.
One more?
Yep.
Okay, I'll skip that one. Go to the last one. Rosie, this is the latest one I've got. This just from a couple of months ago. Because I don't normally ask for people to give testimonials. I just send them in by themselves, which is great. But Rose, from Ohio in the USA, I've used hundreds of relaxation meditation tapes over the past 30 years. Hundreds. I've never relaxed the way I have in just a few days using this CD. It is nothing short of miraculous. That this CD should be this effective makes absolutely no logical sense. It is none of the bells and whistles of other relaxation tapes, and yet it is truly effective the first time and every time. That pretty well sums it up as well. There's no bells and whistles. You just follow the voice and follow your own body process. Very natural, very normal. The more natural, I think that's what the CD is doing, is letting people naturally be themselves, which means you don't have to try and relax. And that just moves it light years ahead. And I get testimonials like this.
It's awesome, because like 5, 10, even 20 years ago, those sort of modalities have been superseded. Really, to a degree, they're becoming more modernised. The way that you're doing
very much
being in the now.
Yeah,
now you've also, for viewers that are watching, there's some extra tools or extra things that they could probably do, and you've got a couple of books here that you tend to refer to, I guess.
Yes.
So I might pass those over